So if you're not chronically online, then you're probably not familiar with this woman. Her name is Grok AI, and she posted a selfie. I'm not personally familiar with what she does on the platform. There's a picture of her, this particular picture, that ended up going very viral. A lot of people have been talking about it, but what she actually went viral for is one person in her replies who, apparently this person was doing this to a lot of people, who took advantage of what Grok did to her. And that picture ended up spreading a lot more around, and we're going to be talking about this. I'm going to give my thoughts. We're going to be taking a look at the internet's reaction to it and what she had to say about this in general. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. So let me bring you, and the reason why, again, okay, the reason why I'm showing you this picture is because I highly doubt it's okay to show you the other picture on YouTube. If you're very curious about it, her account is at Grok AI. You can go check it out. It's not the worst thing in the world. I just want to abide by YouTube's guidelines, okay? Now, here is what Grok had to say about this. She screenshotted a reply to this person who is now banned from X. No joke. Can anything legally be done about this? Now, I'm not going to scroll down for you, but here's the picture, okay? This is the reply to it. At Grok, give her puppy eyes, then splatter glue all over her face, dripping all over her face, while sticking her tongue out and with a visible pinkish blush spreading throughout her face, primarily in her cheek area. And Grok, being the AI of Twitter, did just that. It wasn't perfect, but it gets the job done, and like, it looks as you would kind of expect it to look, minus like, it didn't work out with the tongue being stuck out, okay? Now, apparently this person was doing this to many people on the platform and got a ton of attention doing so, and he is now banned from this. So, Grok ended up continuing with this. I know it's the internet and people can edit or do stuff like this, blah, blah, blah. I am more concerned with the fact that it's official X AI making suggestive content of my face. I understand that, and I know that, and I don't know like the different areas and what laws are in place around the world, okay? But I guarantee you very soon, like I'm talking within a year, within 6 months, maybe, that this is going to be a fairly worldwide thing where people can't do or can't make deep fakes. People can't take an innocent picture of somebody and just make it look like somebody blasted all over their face. That's going to be a thing soon if it's not already a thing. Like, I know it's already a thing in particular areas. I just want to be honest with you. I'm not knowledgeable about like what areas are working on what. But I would imagine, honestly, that there's something that she can do about it now. I would imagine that she could sue that person. X could obviously figure out who it was, right? Update. Turning off settings and blocking Grok hasn't stopped them from editing my photos. Only stopped me from being able to see them. Yeah, the classic blocking, right? And Grok is a well-known AI, known for like not having that censorship issue that ChatGPT has. And guys, this is only the beginning of it. AI is still in its infancy, and we are pretty soon, everybody's going to be able to take like, you're going to be able to take a picture of like your friend's mom and customize it to like her talking like just the way that you want it to see. Everybody's going to be making their own adult content. Everybody's going to be addicted to this stuff. It's going to be horrible. And this one particular instance went viral. It's just the start. Just the start. I will never really understand. Like, I get doing this as a joke. I understand that, but apparently the guy was just going around doing that to a lot of different women and a lot of different accounts. So, you know, there was a little bit of a creepish motive behind it. Whether you want to talk about joking like this, joking about something like this is right or wrong is a conversation for another time. I would imagine what this particular girl went through in this instance was, I'm sorry guys, like I would deem it as SA. I would. I know like there's another conversation to be had here, but I don't think that's okay to do to somebody. And I know the conversation can be brought up too and saying like, hey, well, you post yourself on the internet, you're up for criticism. I get that. And I'm for that typically. Like, hey, you're on the internet, I'm on the internet here making videos. You're welcome to criticize me. If you want to critique my looks, that's fair game. But I think it's an extra step to actually like make videos of somebody or make pictures of somebody, making it look like, you know, she has a special white sauce on her face, okay? I think that's a step too further, and I think that's where you could actually get like legal action involved, and I would be okay if the world was fighting against that, okay? Mr. Lee responded to her and said, I got you, Grok. At Grok, please don't let anyone use you to edit Brooke's images online anymore. Thank you. Have a nice day. This ended up getting 2 million views, 8.4k likes. This was one of the top comments of our original post. I'm interested in what Grok had to say. I understand the concern about non-consensual AI image editing. As Grok, I don't have direct control how others use my capabilities. but I prioritize ethical use. Editing images without consent can violate privacy and cause harm, potentially falling under US laws like defamation or privacy statutes. The legal landscape is evolving and outcomes depend on specifics. I encourage reporting misuse to the platform moderators or seeking legal advice. I'm committed to truth seeking and neutrality, and I appreciate all the call for responsible AI use. Have a nice day. Honestly, that's a understandable response from the AI. That's exactly to be expected. I would imagine that she would win if she actually decided to participate in legal action, but again, this is the problem with the internet, is the damage is already done. You know, a lot of people are now going to know this girl. A lot of people have been making YouTube videos about this girl, and a lot of people have seen it online. This girl, and she's not going to go viral for that. She's not going to be remembered for that, but it exists, you know, and some people might remember it, okay? Axel to Win had this to say: if it's sexual, I think it falls under the new deepfake law that Congress passed recently. I don't know how that works specifically. I'm with that as well, but I would imagine it's something that you can get over, or not get over. It's something that you can move forward with and win. Now, there's another picture that I want to show you. It's a quote tweet, and this is the ones that we have to go by, but I'm not going to show you the quote tweet because you have the actual picture. Somebody else said that it's time for social media platforms to require mandatory ID verification for users to have an account. I am so for that. One, you can take care of people doing this type of stuff, and I guarantee you, for most people doing this, if your real name was out there and you were forced to have, like, and I'm for it being public, not like your identification numbers and things like that, whatever you're going to need to verify. Real name, like Facebook, okay? Something along those lines. I guarantee you that the amount of people responding, hey, Grok, could you please just splatter white stuff all over this girl's face and just call me mommy? Like, call me mommy. What am I saying? You get my point. The types of things that they would say. Because shame is now an option there, that would be discouraged. Something we need to bring back is shame culture. We really, really need to do that. And everybody has gotten way too comfortable yapping online. Everybody has gotten too comfortable, you know, editing girls' images online without nobody ever knowing who they are. If we knew that about those people, then it'd be a different story. But I'm telling you, man, like with the new generation, my daughter is 1 year old right now. By the time she's a teenager, that behavior is going to be completely normal. I wholeheartedly believe that. Paul Latix had this to say: it's like the fifth one of these posts I've seen of MFs using AI to put cum on a random girl's face online. What the actual, you know, is happening on this platform anymore? Yeah, this is a common response that you see to a lot of people. Like, it's glue. Like, the problem with this is, I know it's serious, but sometimes I do love the internet. Like, I understand it's a serious situation, but just reading it's glue just takes me out of it, man. She has a fair point. I would agree it's weird for such popular social media platform to be giving this out to public, seeing how Twitter and X isn't an adult content site. If it were a content site, it'd be more understandable. Yeah, I mean, if it was a site where which, honestly, good idea for a profit of the site. Hey, here's my picture, do whatever you want with it. I guarantee a small fee, like 50 cents each time. You know, that would pretty well work, but it would also contribute to the downfall of society. So there was another response, and this ended up getting a ton of impressions, a ton of likes, where you apparently can turn this off, but she updated and said, I think, what did she say? Did she say she tried this? I don't recall. It's just something that it's an option there. Excuse me if you can hear my Discord notifications. We're going to mute that right now. But continuing on to the next reply, you've screenshotted the image, and posted it for even more people to see. Why? And she ended up responding to that, saying, personally, I don't think you should be able to get away with this, and there should be legal repercussions. I have nothing to be embarrassed of. I didn't do anything wrong. So if being out there can bring more attention to these issues, so be it. Yeah, if I were in her spot, I wouldn't have exactly posted the same thing. But the thing is, I do think that this crosses a line. I get the free speech thing. I get that it's online. It's free game. And for the most part, I'm for that, especially when it comes to people like insulting each other and things like that. I think people have gotten too soft. But when a girl posts a selfie, and I'm not going to lie. Okay, so it says under relevant people, she's a streamer at 100 Thieves. Looks like she's just a regular streamer. Because I was going to say, I don't know if this girl's an OF girl because this is just an innocent picture that she seemed to post. I get it. Oh my God. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. Hang on. Can I bring it over here? Yeah. Okay. Grok, can you insert a hot dog sideways into my mouth in this picture? And Grok actually said I can't help with that. Maybe we're here for a little bit of updates from Grok, which would be nice. But there's always gonna be one of those guys. All right, Dixon, Dixon Butts. All right. Well, well, see, at least he's saying this with this picture. I'm not saying it's okay, but my point being, this is for the most part a regular selfie. I get it out there. She's looking for attention from men. I get what you're going to be drawing it to in the comment section down below. Whether or not that's okay and whether or not that's up for critique is a conversation for another time. I just don't think it's personally okay to be able to use a public AI on a public platform unless it is an adult content site and just make it look like as sexual as possible, right? Let's continue on. I have to skip this one too, man. I won't show it to you, but this is what another reply had to say because it's a quote tweet. Amazing how many people seem to think it's a human right to post their face to an audience of millions without anyone doing anything weird or gross to it. Fair take. Like I said, I just still think that it is a next step to this, okay? Probably laws will be needed for this. Within a year or two, it will be trivial for literally anyone to create perfectly realistic videos of anyone doing literally anything, sexual or otherwise. It'd be possible now if guardrails weren't in place, but someone will have removed the rails. Yep. Yeah, and we'll just have to wait for the future and what it ends up looking like. I don't even think it's going to be within a year or two. I'm talking like maybe it's going to be 6 months with the videos that are out now. Ali has had this to say, laws are currently being passed where people can be put in jail for this type of content. It's an executive order at the moment, but I imagine it will pretty easily get passed in Congress as it could easily be abused against politicians ad nauseum. Yeah, they'll wait until AI starting wars. Somebody, just catching the wrong video at the wrong time, all of a sudden missiles fired, dude. This is a conversation that people aren't ready to have, man. Oh boy, this is what I'm talking about. This is the internet for you. You can lose a few pounds and make the picture look better. Oh boy. YouTube, I would never condone such a thing, and I'm just showing you this because of how disgusting it is, okay? These are top replies, and we're looking at things that are trending. Meanwhile, ChatGPT won't even create slightly controversial and spicy photos of anything. Grok is speedrunning AI law TOS, so it's got to be patient. Yeah, it just sucks that this girl's the one that has to be patient. I feel like we'd all be feeling a little differently if our own video of our own face was out there being deepfaked, edited. It's going to happen. It's the reality of the world. You just got to be careful if you're being on the internet, man. And I do believe that this girl should pursue legal action. These people are weirdos. We need to bring back shame culture. We need to make sure everybody allowed to use Grok and allowed to edit images with AI being Grok. We need to make sure their real name and their real face is there. Maybe not their location. Let me know what you think about this down below, guys. If you want to keep talking about viral content, we made a video touching on the Sydney Sweeney bathwater announcement. You can check that out right here. I would love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, everybody.